Good evening, everyone. How are you doing today? Great. Okay, let's get started. So today we'll talk about tuples. Okay, today is 26th August. Everyone. Okay, we'll talk about tuples, right? We started discussion yesterday. Let's see how tuples are used. Okay. Okay. So what we discussed was tuple is also a linear collection, right? Like list, but it does not allow editing. That's why we call it as immutable version, isn't it? So let's say I define a tuple. Okay, I call it as T1. T1 equal to, okay, and I say Sachin. It's a text, we have to give in text. Say Sachin. Okay. Say Polly. Right, that's right. Okay, and let's say Rohit. Right now, so T1, okay, is our tuple. This is also called as packing. We have packed three values into one variable. Sachin, Kohli, Rohit, there are three values that we have packed into one variable T1. You can do unpacking. I can say name 1, comma, name 2, comma, name 3, okay, equal to T1. Now when you go ahead and print T1, okay, you get Sachin. So Sachin can be unpacked into T1. Can be unpacked into T1. Okay. Similarly, you can print T2, name 2, name 3. You cannot have less than 3 or more than 3. Since the size of T1, the length of T1, okay, the length of T1 is 3, we cannot give less than 3 variables or more than 3 variables, right? And now if I print name 1, comma, name 2, comma, name 3, okay, you will get 3 separate names, okay? So this is also called as unpacking, okay? What we just did is unpacking. Okay, we have a suitcase tuple which has 3 values and we have broken down into 3 different variables. So since the size of T1 is 3, we should use exactly 3 variables to unpack. Okay, more or less than 3 would not work here. Okay, okay. This is pretty much it. Okay, you can do for loop here for say I in, okay, say T1, and you print I, right? So it will print the values. Okay, so what we discussed yesterday was this is useful when this is in the sense tuple. Tuples are useful when you want to perform read operation, right? When you want to perform read operation, that's when tuples are useful. Okay, and this is not used for editing. If you want to edit, we can convert tuple to list. I can say T1 equal to list of T1, right? And now if you do type here, type of T1, it will be list. Okay, And when you have list, you can add, right? I can say T1 dot append, and let's say I add position. Okay. Now again, if you want to make it tuple, you can say T1 equal to tuple of T1. Okay. Now T1 is again tuple. So you can convert one form to another without any problem. Okay, list can be converted to tuple, tuple can be converted to list. Not much to talk about here, okay, because this is mostly useful for reading. Okay, so we don't have much functions. We have function which is say T1 dot index. Okay, we have index. Okay, I want to know the index of let's say Kohli. So I'll say index of Kohli. Okay, and I can print it directly. Okay, Kohli is in second position, isn't it? So it should give us 1, correct? We should get 1 because Kohli is on second position, right? So that is it about tuple. Okay. Now let's talk about another very important data type, which is dictionary. Okay, dictionary is another very important data type. Okay. Now the way dictionary is different compared to your list and tuple is, list and tuple, they are linear and they have their own default. Okay, they have their own default key, right? So when we perform indexing, okay, when we perform indexing, default, right? Default index is added, which is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we got default indexing 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? But let's say you don't want to add a default indexing. You want to add your own, key, right? So if you want to add your own key, that's where dictionary comes into picture. So I'm going to declare, let's say D1, or let's say I'll call it a student mark, something like that. Okay, and I call it dictionary here. Okay, so see, dictionary uses curly bracket. Dictionary uses curly bracket. Okay, list uses square bracket. When you put numbers within or information or data within square bracket, it becomes list. When you put data within simple bracket, it becomes tuple. Okay, but when you put information within curly bracket, that's when it becomes a dictionary. Okay, it becomes a dictionary, isn't it? So I can add key. I told you key, right? So I can add a roll number. So roll number, you can put something like this, 2018. Okay, CAC 046. Let's say this is the roll number, and I want to assign marks. I can assign. So let's say I want to assign marks in 5 subjects. I can put a list here. Okay, 86, 39, 98, 76, okay, and 69. So here it's a list, okay, and the list has a key, which is this, and a value, which is this, the list. Okay, we have key and value here. Okay. Now indexing. How do you do indexing? In indexing, what we do, we always call the key, isn't it? So that's what I said. For your tuple and list, by default 0, 1, 2, 3 is the key because that's the default indexing. But in dictionary, we have given our own dictionary. So if I say print student marks, okay, off. Now, how do we define index? Using square bracket. Okay, so we define index using square bracket in string, in list, in tuple, and also in dictionary. Okay, so always when you want to read a member from the data structure, you always have to use square bracket. You always have to use square bracket. Okay, so you say square bracket this. Okay, now when I run, I will get this mark, right? So you are creating your own, data structure, right? I mean to say data structure with your key, right? Your, of course, key is, okay, key is what we are defining ourselves. Okay, key is what we have defined ourselves here. Okay, now you can enter more values to it, right? I want to enter more values, so I can put one more comma, right? Comma and key colon value. Now key colon value, you can have anything as key. I can have true also as a key. Okay, and let's say I give evening here. Okay, I can have number 3 colon 3. So here the key is 3 and value is also 3, right? Key is also 3, value is also 3. So, okay, of course, we don't need to give square bracket here. So remove the square bracket. Now it looks good. So if I want to print student marks of true, okay, you will get evening here. You'll get evening here. So this is how you can access each member. Fine. Dictionaries are also immutable. Okay. So list and dictionary are mutable. Okay. Dictionary are mutable, unlike your string and tuple. They are immutable. Okay, so I can change the value based on the key. I can say student marks of true, equal to, say, good evening. Okay, and now when I call this, we will get, oops, what happened? Okay, yes. So, okay, BRC 046, right? So that was the mistake that I did. Okay, now you see, when I say student marks of true equal to good evening, the value got updated as good evening here. Same thing happened with list, but did not happen with tuple or your list, isn't it? That's how we use, okay, dictionary. Okay, we have, since it's mutable, we have many functions, okay, with dictionary, okay, and dictionary is also one of the important in terms of using it for our applications, right? So let's say I want to add names of the student. Okay, so there are 5 students. I want to add names, or let's say, okay, let's do this one only. Okay, I want to, okay, let's write a program. Okay, let's write a program to input roll number and the marks in 5 subjects for 3 students. Okay. So first we will read the roll number and we will read the marks in 5 subjects and we will save it as a list, and then we will append the roll number and the list to a dictionary. How do we add member? How do we append to dictionary? Dictionary can only be appended by a dictionary. You can only join 2 dictionaries. I cannot enter a value into it just like that. Okay, so we have to use something called as update. If you want to add 2 dictionary, they have to call it update. Okay, so let's say if I define all students like, say like this, and if I create student, okay, with say roll number, or let's have roll number as a key 102 comma marks in 5 subject, or we can do 3 subjects, right? Why to create 5? Let's say 3 subject. Okay, so let's say 67 comma 87 comma 73. Okay, so this is a dictionary I created. Now I need to add this dictionary to all student. How will I do? I have, see, both are dictionaries, isn't it? So I have to add to the dictionary. So I have to say all students dot update student. All students dot update student. And now when you print all students, okay, you should be able to see the value here. 67, 87, 73, right? So with same logic, let's answer our program. Okay, let's work with our program. So I want to perform. Okay, so I'll have a for loop, right? For loop for 3 students, because I know there are 3 students and I know 3 subjects, right? So I can simply run a for loop, isn't it? So I can say for I in range 3. Okay, this is for the students. Outer loop is for students. So it will read marks of 3 students. So I'm going to say print input marks input details for student, okay, 1. Okay, I want to say student. Okay, now if I say plus, I have to make it as a string, isn't it? So I have to say str of I plus 1. Okay, plus, okay, str of I plus 1, right? Input details for student 1. Now I have to read the roll number, right? So I'm going to say roll equal to int of, assuming that roll number is integer, okay, int of input, enter marks. Okay, now remember marks is again 3 subjects, so we can put another loop here. Okay, no, before that roll number, right? Roll number we don't need loop. Enter roll number for student. Okay, I mean, anyway, this is done here, right? So you don't have to do it because we know it is for student 1, right? I'll say student roll number. Okay, enter roll number. That's it. Okay, so this is your input. So roll number is entered. Now we have to enter marks in 3 subjects. So I'm going to say for J in range. Okay, 3 subjects. So 3. Okay, and I'm going to say input, right? So I'm going to say marks, okay, mark equal to input, enter the marks in subject now. Subject 1 I want, right? So I'll say plus str of j plus 1, isn't it? Plus, okay. So this is how we will be able to enter the marks in subject 1. Okay. So I have to do the sum also, isn't it? Okay. So you can declare a sum here to know the sum, or let's say in this case I have not asked for sum, right? So let's not get worried about the sum, but I need to create an empty list where all the values, all the marks will be stored. So I'm going to say marks list, right, equal to empty to read next set of marks. Okay, so this marks list will have append within this, isn't it? This is what we did, I think, yesterday or day before, right? Marks list dot append, and you say marks. So mark is now getting added to append. Okay. So end of this for loop, you have marks list with 3 values. We have marks list with 3 values. Okay. Great. Now we need to add it to the all student, isn't it? Let's say this was a sample, right? So let's comment it out. Okay. So what we'll do is we will add, we'll form a temporary dictionary. We'll create a temporary dictionary, temp dictionary, which is square curly bracket, right? Flower bracket, and you have roll here, comma, marks list. Okay, entire list. This is the value. Now this value needs to be added to the all students, right? So I'll say all students dot update. Okay, so even this has to be commented, right? Or what I'll do is let's, okay, and I'm going to recreate it. Okay. This is how you add a dictionary to Andhra. Okay. Here I'm going to say addition to the, okay, and I say all students equal to curly bracket, and here I have to create temporary dictionary, isn't it? Temp dictionary equal to roll, comma, you have marks list. Okay. Next, we will add this to the existing dictionary. Existing dictionary is all students, isn't it? So I'll say all students dot update temp dictionary. That's it. Out after for loop, you can display print all the student records, and you say print. Okay, so we have all students. Now you run it. So enter roll number. I say 101, marks of 3 subject. Okay, 56, 76, 98. Okay, now what happened? Colon, yes. Not comma, colon, right? This is how we get dictionary. Key colon value. Key colon value is how we create a dictionary, correct? So let's run it again. Hopefully there will not be any more error. I'm going to say 101, 101, 76. Okay, 78, 83. Student 2, 90. Okay, 54 and 67. Okay, and let's say we put 90. Okay, mark also will put 90. Okay, now input details of student 3, roll number. Let's say 95. Okay, marks in subject 1 is 95. Subject 2, let's say 55 and 55. So what do we see here? Sorry. Right? This is what we entered, isn't it? So this is how we read new values and we added to the existing dictionary. We have added to the existing dictionary. Okay. So dictionary is also done. Now let's look at some more operations on it. Okay, we create a new set of code here, and let's say I put all student equal to this. Okay, so we have these as marks. Now I want to print all the roll numbers only. I want to print all the roll numbers. Okay, so dictionary. Okay, the keys are called keys. Okay, and the values are called values. Okay, so this is 101 is your keys. 76, 78, 83, these are your values. So now if I want to print all keys, okay, I can simply say print all students dot keys. See, it printed only keys 101, 90, 95. These are the roll numbers that we give, isn't it? Now let's say I want to print all values, right? So I'll say values. All values are printed. All values are printed here. Okay. Now you can use a for loop also. Okay. You can use a for loop in these dictionaries. So I can say for I comma j in all students dot items. Okay. So what does items give us? I see keys will give us only keys. Values will give us only values. Okay, items will give us key comma value. It will give us a list of tuples. It will give us list of tuples. Okay, where it is, tuple will have key comma value. Okay, so since tuple is giving us two values, I have returned two variables to catch, to unpack the two values that tuple is going to give us. Okay, so if I want to print here, I can say print. Okay, this is your key. I'm going to say key is, okay, your I, value J. J is your value. Now when you run it, you see key is 101 and the value is this. This is how we can read all the items, okay, of a dictionary. Items will means both key comma value. Items is both key comma value here. Okay. No questions today, guys. I don't see any questions here. Okay, great. Now, how do I remove a value from this? Okay. How do I remove a value? So if I know the key, I want to remove roll number, student with roll number 94. 94? Okay, we don't have 94, right? We have 95. So I want to remove the student with roll number 95. Okay. So to remove the particular key, we use pop. Okay. So we use pop. Okay. So spelling is PA. So let's say I want to remove student. Student with to remove. Okay. So I'm going to say all student, right? All students is our this thing, right? All student dot pop, and you give the key value here 95. All students dot pop key value. Okay, and now when I run it, print all students. See, 95 is gone. We don't see 95 here. So this is how you can remove a particular key. Okay, you can remove a particular key from the dictionary. Now, we discussed about update in list also, right? Difference between update and equal to, right? There we use extend, right? In list we use extend. Here we are using update. We are updating the value of dictionary. There we extended the value of list, right? So let's say difference between equal to and extend is used to add to dictionaries. Okay, extend is used to add to dictionaries. Okay, equal to is to assign. Okay, so remember here you don't have plus, right? In list we did list 3 equal to list 1 plus list 2. Okay, this concept, this does not exist here. in dictionary. Okay, then we discussed about equal to and copy. Okay, so I have this all student here, right? Now let's say I put dictionary 2 equal to all students, and I put dictionary 3 equal to all students dot copy. Let's see. Yes. Okay. Dot copy. Okay. So see, now if I add a new member, so I've added a new member to dictionary 1. Okay. So I'm going to say all students dot extend, right? Extend. So here we will give roll number, let's say 101 colon values in the tuple, isn't it? Okay. So now if I print dictionary 2, okay, I'm going to say okay. Is there any error in line number 22? Yes, it's a dictionary. Dictionary will extend only a dictionary, isn't it? Dictionary can only extend a dictionary. So here you have to give dictionary, right? Only then it get extended. Now you see, I'm adding to all student. Okay, but what happened? No, error. What is the error here? Okay, so yeah, sorry. Extend is in list here, right? Sorry. Extend is in list. Update we have, sorry. Okay, so when you make any changes to the update here, okay, dictionary 2, okay, does not have value. This 101, okay, 94. But what happened? So 101 is already there, isn't it? 101 is already there. If you try to add one more value with same key, okay, so here you see this took the new value. Why? Because when you try to add duplicate key has to be unique. Okay, so if you try to add duplicate key, old value is ignored or is replaced with new value. Okay, so your dictionary cannot have duplicate values. Your dictionary cannot have duplicate values. Your dictionary cannot have duplicate values. Okay. Now, instead, if I do 100, okay. So see, dictionary 2 has 101 and got 100. We added to dictionary all students, not to dictionary 2. But since we said equal to, dictionary 2 also now has same value, isn't it? Okay, so equal to is doing, okay, what is called as deep copy. Okay, same as list. Okay, it will point to same memory location. Okay, whereas copy is called shallow copy. Again, this is same as list. Okay, it will, okay, it will create a duplicate copy and proceed. Okay, it will create a duplicate copy. That's why when we make changes to original copy, the one that we said equal to also is getting impacted. Very much like our list. Okay, so these are the some of the functions that is very important. Okay, any questions, guys? Here today it's so silent. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's have multiple dictionaries. Okay, um, let's say women's team. Okay, take an example and we'll say men's team. And we will take Indian players. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to create women's player list here, okay, from different countries. Okay, okay, and here I will have men's team. Okay, and then we will pick only the Indian or we'll pick only the Indian players from the list, right? Okay, so let's say we have Indian players like okay, okay, um, who's the most popular Indian player, ladies? Okay, Mithali, isn't it? Let's start with Mithali. Okay, so I'm saying women's team, Mithali. Okay, Mithali has played, um, or we'll look at the number of match. Okay, so let's say we'll put some numbers. Okay, okay, Mithali has played, let's say, 232 matches. Okay, we'll put um, Anjum, let's say. Anjum has played, let's say, 130 matches. Okay, we'll put say Jhulan. Jhulan. Okay, 202 matches. Right? Okay. No, why this error here? Oh, yeah. You guys should tell me the mistake, these mistakes. Okay, these are all equal to, isn't it? So these are the matches that women's team has played. Now let's say I talk about men's team. Okay, so let's say we put Kohli. Kohli has played, let's say, 190 matches. Good. Let's say he has played 185 matches. Let's say we put Rishabh. He has played 50 matches. Right? Okay. Now what I want to do is I want to add all the values and tell how many Indians have played. Okay. So all these matches I want to add to the Indian. Okay. So I'm going to say for I in women's team, right? For I in women's team. Women's team dot I'm interested in values. So I'll say values. Okay. I will be the values. I want to take the value and put it in the Indian team. So I'm going to say Indian dot append equal to I. Okay. So this is how all the Indian women's team information or the matches is stored in I. Now I do same thing for men's team. Now if I print I, what do you get? Okay, not I. I'm appending to Indian, right? So if I do Indian now, what do you get? Okay, 232, 130, 202, 190. All these matches have been added together. This is how you can iterate through keys and values, pick key or value based on your business requirement, and you can add them together. Okay. Let's say same information, and let's say I want to put keys here. Okay, so I have women's team which talks about the country, let's say. So India, let's say India, let's say India. Okay, now we'll add few Australian cricket players there. Okay, let's add some Australian cricket players women. Do you know any name? Can you type in the chat? No? Let me see if I can figure out. Okay. So, some of the popular, okay. There is one, Lisa, okay. So I'm going to say in between, we'll add in between, okay. So I'm going to say Lisa. Okay, so Lisa is the key and the team is Australia, right? So I'll put Australia. Okay, so you have Mitali, India, Lisa, Australia. We'll add one more, okay? Just one more name we'll take, Karen. So we'll take Karen, and Karen belongs to Australia, right? So now I have list of values here, isn't it? Okay, and let's say here also I say Kohli, India, Rohit, India, Rishabh, India. Okay, Now we'll add some foreign players' name. Okay, so give me some names in the chat. Give me some names, foreign cricket players. So I say, okay, I'll put Joe Root here. Let's say, okay, Joe Root. Okay, Joe Root, England, right? Okay, so Kohli, Joe Root, Rohit, and let's say I put Babar Azam. Okay, so I'm going to say Babar and belongs to Pakistan. Okay, so I have created two dictionaries, women's and men's. I want to know the names of all the Indian players that figure in this two dictionary. So I need to check the value. Okay, I need to check the value of what? Of the dictionary's value. Value, if value is India, then I need the key. So in this case, I need both key and value. So the previous example, I just needed the value, right? So I added. I knew that all of them belongs to India, so I added. But here I have to check the condition. So I will say for I comma j in women's team. Okay, so I need both I comma j. Now j is the country name. So if j dot lower equal to India, lower is method, right? Equal to India, then I need to append what? I need to append Indian dot append I. Finish, right? So if key is India, append the I to the list. Okay, similarly, if I need to do for men's team, okay, so I can say print Indian players that are Indian players that appears, Indian player that appears in the list are, right? And you can say /n comma Indian. Okay, now when we run it, oh, there's error here. Women's team. The spelling is wrong. What is the error? Too many values to unpack. Okay. Yes, I want IJ, right? So it is items. Okay. I need items. Okay. I need items, right? So now when you run, there's another error here. Same thing here also. Men's team items. I need the items. Items will give us key and value. INJ, key comma value. Now when you see, you get Mitali, Anjum, Julan, Kohli, Rohit, Rishabh, all the Indian players in the list. Okay. So this is it about dictionaries. Okay. We have seen how to add, we have seen how to remove, we have seen how to perform equal to and copy, right? We have done copy on the dictionary. We have iterated through a dictionary. Okay. So this is it for dictionary. Okay. There's one more important concept which is called set. Okay. So set is very much like your set that you do in mathematics. Okay. So set theory. Okay. The last topic for the day we'll talk about is sets. Okay. Which is same as theory in mathematics. Okay. So how do you declare a set? You declare set using flower bracket only. Okay. Sets are also declared using just like a dictionary. Then what is the dictionary? Then what is the difference between set and dictionary? How to identify set from dictionary. Okay, dictionary has key and value both, but set has only values. Okay, set has no indexing. Set has no indexing. And properties of set is set also doesn't have index. Okay, so set doesn't have index and also can't accept duplicate values. So if I define a set 1 variable and I assign some value, I say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now when you print it, okay, so I'm going to say if set 1 is of type of set 1 values set 1. Okay, so set 1 is of type. Why there is error? Because I did not close a curly bracket. Okay, now when you run it, set 1 is of type set and values 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, duplicate values are removed. Duplicate values are removed, isn't it? So duplicate values are not accepted in set. Okay, so this is our set. Now let's say we have another set. Okay, but before that, okay, tuples, list and sets are convertible into each other forms. Okay, I want to add something to the set. Okay, so how will I do? I will convert set 1 equal to list of set 1. Okay, so set 1 does not have index, right? But when you convert into list, then it will definitely have index just like list. So I can say set 1 dot append, okay, and I'll give a value, let's say 7. Okay, and then you convert set 1 equal to set of set 1. Done. Okay, sorry. Now when you print set 1, okay, you will have the new value. So set can be converted to tuple, set can be converted to list. Okay, now I want to iterate through the set. I want to see how many values in set are say even number. How many values in the set are even numbers. So I'm going to say list of even equal to blank, and for I in, okay, so set is a set, isn't it? So I'll say for I in tuple of set 1. For I in tuple of set 1, so now set 1 has become a tuple, right? If I modulo 2 equal to 0, you say list even dot append equal to I, right? And now you can say print total number of even number or total even number, right? Total even numbers are, okay, so this is your len of set 1, isn't it? Put F here to make it format string. Okay, so this is your even number and the values are, okay, simply I'll say set 1. Done. So for doing for loop, it is better to convert into tuple form. Let's see if it works well. Yes, so see, total number of even numbers are, is it 6? No. Okay, so this is not set 1. This has to be list of even, isn't it? The len of list of even. So list of even will have 2, 4. That's it, right? So 2, 4. So we have only 2. And values of set 1. Do you want to print values of set 1 or list even? If you want to print list even, you put list even here. So we should get now only 2 and 4 here in the list even. Okay, so this is how you add, okay, members to a set by converting into list. This is how you iterate through a set by converting into tuple. You can remove, okay, if your list has many values and your target is to remove the duplicate values, right? So for example, let's say you have a list of values, okay, and values are like 44, 55, 66, 44, 55, 77, 88, 88, 99. Okay, so write a program to remove duplicate values. Simply what we'll do is you will say list 1 equal to, first you convert into set, then you convert it back into list. Finish. Okay. Now when you print list 1, duplicate values are gone. No duplicate value. Okay, no duplicate values here. Okay, now so this is your list. Let's say we start with this list. I'm going to create a set 1. Okay, not list 1, set 1. So I'm going to say set 1 equal to set of the list. Perfectly fine, no problem. We'll have a set with these values. Now I create another set, okay, where I add 77, 55, 88. And let's say we add 33 and 22. Okay. So we have, we can print set 1, comma, set 2. Okay. And when we print, okay, what happened? So this is set 1, right? 66, 99, and okay, I need to stop giving this space here. Then it will look more better. Okay, so okay, so these are your values, right? This is set 1, 66, 99, 44, 77, 55, 88. Now, what are the operations that you perform on set? Again, if you have studied your mathematics paper, and if you remember correctly, okay, we have union, intersection, union, intersection, okay, okay, and what? Subset, difference, okay, union, intersection, subset, difference, superset, right? Okay, so these are some of the functions that we can perform on set. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll stop here for today. Okay, tomorrow when we meet, we'll continue talking about set theory. Okay, we'll continue talking about set theory and we'll apply all those functions on it. Make sense, everyone? So I hope you've understood the application of dictionary, the usage of dictionary. That was the biggest thing that we did, right? We completed tuple, we discussed about dictionary, and we started our set example. So tomorrow we'll continue talking about set theory. We'll see all these functions, okay? And we will wrap up with set, and then we'll talk about functions tomorrow, okay? So tomorrow, let's meet again at 5 p.m. Okay, and let's continue. Okay, take care, everyone. See you tomorrow. Bye. Good evening. Take care. Bye.